My Weird School Mr Klutz is nuts. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pellat. Chapter 11. The Last Straw. I don't know if all that mumbo-jumbo Andrea said was true or not, but I had to admit, Mr. Klutz was acting weirder and weirder. After we finished the list of 100,000 spelling words and he pogo-sticked down Main Street in a turkey costume, he offered to paint his bald head orange if our school got the highest reading score in the county. We did. And he came into school the next day with an orange head. Then he offered to let every kid in the school shoot a ping pong ball at him if we collected enough box tops to buy new computers for the school media center. We did that too. It was fun shooting ping pong balls at Mr. Klutz, but even I was beginning to worry that there was something troubling him. And then came the day when it was obvious to everybody that Mr. Klutz had gone off the deep end. It was at the end of morning announcements. Miss Daisy had stepped out of the room for a minute. "Boys and girls," Mr. Klutz said over the loudspeaker, "winter vacation is coming up. If the students at our school read with their parents for 1,000,000 minutes before school lets out, I will bungee jump off the roof of the school dressed as Santa Claus. Me and Ryan and Emily and Andrea and Michael all looked at one another. "That's the last straw," Andrea said. "There are plenty of straws," I told her. "Do you want me to get you one?" "She means we can't take this anymore," Ryan told me. "Is that what the last straw means?" I asked. I always wondered what the last straw meant. At first, I thought Mr. Klutz was just a funny guy, Andrea said seriously, and he is. But he's also a deeply disturbed man. We've got to do something. If he keeps going like this, he might hurt himself again, or even worse. If we don't stop him and something terrible happens, it would be our fault. "I never thought of it that way," I said. "What can we do?" Emily asked. "We're just kids." "We have to have an intervention," Andrea said. "What's that?" Ryan asked. "It's when you sit down and tell somebody they have a problem," Andrea explained. "You force them to do something about it. My mother has to do interventions all the time. I'm not telling Mr. Klutz he has a problem," Ryan said. "Me neither," agreed Michael. "AJ, you started this whole thing," Andrea told me. "I did not." "Sure you did. You were the one who gave him the idea to give out incentives for learning in the first place." "That's true," the others agreed, looking at me like I was a criminal or something. "All I did was hit a puck into a net," I said. "AJ, you've got to tell Mr. Klutz that if he bungee jumps off the roof, we're not going to read 1 minute with our parents," Andrea said. "Two can play at this game. If he's going to do crazy things, we won't read any more books." We won't spell any more words. We won't do any more math problems. We won't learn anything. I couldn't believe I was hearing this from Andrea. Her idea of having fun is to read the dictionary during recess. If she was willing to give up learning, she must be really serious about Mr. Klutz and his problems. But if we stop learning stuff, I protested, we'll get dumber. In your case, Andrea told me, that would be impossible.